Hi everyone, that's better. Welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and in this WIP Along crochet buddy, I'm going to be working on my new project, which is here, and I've got just done my first colour change, so I'll try it and work on this, get the rest of it finished. So gonna aim you downwards so that you get to see it rather than me. Well, you can see a bit of me, but mostly it. And yeah, here we go. So how are you guys? What have you been up to? Anything interesting? I've been very busy. So as you know, it's my birthday this month. And so yesterday I went to my son Paul's and stayed the kind of afternoon and early evening, watched football with Paul, and then we had dinner, and then I came home. So that was kind of yesterday after I'd finished doing all my chats and work and everything else, and I just had a bit to do when I got home, which unfortunately I forgot about, and so I was up quite late because I'd forgotten it. Started catching up on some TV. I watch a soap or two, and I thought, well, I'll catch up on them before I go to bed, because I mean, I'd just driven home, so I wasn't tired. You know, that kind of jazzes you up a little bit driving home, especially in a little bit of rain, which we've had in abundance. I am really fed up with saying that I'm fed up with rain, to be honest, but it just shows no sign of doing one. It's just there every single day in one way or another, whether it's torrential rain and grey day or whether we get a bit of sun with a shower here and there. But it's just so annoying. Everything is wet all of the time. It's just very, very off-putting. But I had a nice time. We had a nice dinner. She and Paul are doing a Slimming World diet, same as Gary, and with me low carbing. They said, you know, what do you want to eat? And I thought, what could we do that would fit in with both of them? So I said, well, just chicken legs really. And then I had with mine halloumi cheese, mushrooms, and a bit of salad, and they had salad, and I think Victoria had some rice and Paul had a potato. So it kind of worked by, you know, fitting it in with us, like me, the adults and the kids. That's better. It was getting a bit heavy and dragging off of the worktop, so it was making me a little bit uncomfortable crocheting there. This is a mindless pattern, which is great. If I was watching telly, I actually wouldn't even be looking at it, but I don't know what possesses me when otherwise. But it's one of those really good projects to just work on, and you know, it's very quick to work up. So if I can try and turn it in such a way that means I don't have to keep turning the work, really, like twisting it round. So I just got to remember what I'm doing. Oh yeah, it's been a few days since I worked on it, so yeah, just got to remember what I'm doing. Didn't anchor down, did you know? I've been working on so many tutorials and different shell stitches that, you know, I was like, what one was I actually working on? Did I make, yeah, I've made a boo-boo there. Got to do one thing. So have you been watching any of the Winter Olympics? I've kind of been watching the skating. Gary did watch a bit of curling, but I've been doing a lot of fast forwarding, you know, getting the actual show and fast forwarding to the skating. I've not managed to see much of it, which is a bit of annoyance, but mostly the end of the team event and the men's, and not all of that either. So hopefully I can, you know, get a bit of that watched. But thankfully they are I'm recording the whole show. It's just a bit of a pain to keep forwarding past bits, but then it doesn't list. This is the annoying thing. They don't list on the synopsis what sports are on that day. So you just got to flash through it all and find the ones you want. But I'm not one of these people that watches every sport. I mean, I did watch more when the Olympics were here. It kind of made everybody, like, whetted everybody's appetite to watch just about every discipline there was. So that was an exception, but it was an exception. So I'm going to twist that this way. That's it. Yeah, so and I've also been getting new yarn in. You can see it there at the back. That's the purple shades, and that's this one, which is another rainbow by Ice Yarns, and that is it's called orange yellow, rainbow orange yellow, which is very unimaginative, but I wish they wouldn't have so many kind of ambiguous yarns. So it looks similar to rainbow colours, but it's not. They also have one with green, and I was tempted to get that, but I saw I don't know if it was a live stream or something I was in the other day, lurking as I was working, and everybody's complaining that they hated that new yarn, that new colour. And so I thought, oh well, it's not one that people really like, so I'll give it a miss. But it just seems to me that they're always tweaking and changing the rainbows. I know that there's been about 6, as far as I'm aware, of the normal rainbow yarn, and then you've got the rainbow colours, and then you've got all these other ones. But this one is called Rainbow Orange Yellow, and there's tons of it available at hobbyrocks.co.uk. And this is getting heavy again, so there we go. Went a bit too far there, but never mind. I've done 5. Yes. So yeah, that's another thing. And of course, before that, it was the King Cole Firefly, which was a bit of a kerfuffle getting, but now I have it. It's absolutely gorgeous and amazing, and I need to make a project with my little bit of it soon because it's just beautiful. I've been dieting. That's the other thing, and I've lost, let me think, about 11 pounds so far. It's going a bit slower than I'd like, and if it doesn't pick up on this low carb, I will be switching it to Slimming World, because if it's going to go that slowly, I might as well be doing Slimming World with Gary, and just doing one lot of food would make life so much more simple. So yeah, I'll switch it up. My plan originally was to do low carb until after I come back from our holiday, which is in April. That's my neighbour. I think that sounded like her bin, but I'm not 100% sure. It's got the blinds closed, but her front door is just out there, and so you do hear her calling the cat or cats, or talking to a caller. You know, you do get to hear. But anyway, it's gone in now, I think. Might be a sun, actually. So forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, so my original plan was to do that until I come back from my trip, and then switch it to Slimming World. But that is on the contingency plan that it actually does work well, because traditionally it has for me. But I know as you get older, it's harder to actually lose weight, and I'm resisting the urge to do it with jabs, because I don't qualify for them on the NHS, and even if I did, I would still be worrying about them, and B, I could pay for them, because they even sell them in one well-known supermarket, has a pharmacy that sells them and looks after you. But there's this little nagging bit in my brain that says, What about later on in life if suddenly they decide, oh, all these jabs have caused this or that or something else that's awful. So I never want to be a guinea pig for a drug company, you know. And I know that they test them on animals and then do human trials and all that sort of thing. But it's not until later on, when there's been a lot of people using them, that things often come out. And my dad always said to me, never buy the Mark 1 of anything, because, you know, and he was kind of really thinking about how it used to affect you buying cars. If you buy the Mark 1, then there's all those troubles and teething problems and, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? When, you know, faults, that's the word. All the faults have not been ironed out in anything Mark 1. And it's always stood me in good stead, that really is. Wise old man, my dad. And so I've always been that way. If it's like brand spanking new, straight off the manufacturing line or whatever, I'm not getting it. Let's wait until it's tried and tested and they've ironed out all the rough spots first. So yeah, I'm not really tempted to resort to Wegovy or any of those Ozempics. And all you see are people who have got really awful Ozempic face, or this is what it does to. There was something the other day. It wasn't Ozempic face. It was something else that it's doing. So, and that's probably propaganda. You know, there are propagandists in industry, and the biggest one to do that are the owners of low-fat diets. You know, they've done it for years. Weight Watchers and Slimming World put out there all this misinformation about Atkins diet because basically they didn't want anyone doing it, because, you know, it's cheap. You don't have to sign up. You just do it, and you don't have to buy all this shopping. And so they've perpetuated the myth that low-fat diets are the only ones to safely do. It's really not, because doctors actually prescribe low-carb diets to kids who have got epilepsy and all sorts of other problems because it's corrective. So yeah, that's just a propaganda machine. You know, don't buy that. Don't buy into that. Buy this sort of thing. And they employ doctors, you know, to endorse their products and poo-poo others. So I know that there's that part of it, and there's also the sensationalist pictures and videos and misinformation you get on YouTube anyway. But still, my dad's philosophy is mine. I won't buy the Mark 1 of anything. And I know it's been around. One of the nurses said to me, I've been on it for years, you know, because I'm diabetic. I've been on it for years. Well, that's great, but, you know, it's not been used for weight loss by the mass of population for years, has it? And also, if it's a lot of money if you have to buy it, which I would, because they deem that I do not have a sufficiently high BMI, and I don't have 4 of the 5 medical conditions that, you know, sort of mean that you're eligible. I think I have none of them. I just don't have any of them, which is a good thing, you know, that I'm healthier than I look, or I should be. But yeah, I'm glad in a way that I don't have those things. So yeah, one of these days I'll just do it the natural way. Try anyway. It's very, you know, soul destroying when you've got a lot of weight to lose, or you want to lose a lot of weight. You know, that's the thing. And the other annoying thing is that I did it all before, and I got there, and I vowed I'd never put weight on, and I'd keep it off. Yeah, to that. I didn't put it all back on, you know, there is that. I always kind of police myself, and I never get there again, and I do, as soon as I, you know, put weight on, I start getting it off. But still, it is that endless yo-yo of on, off, on, off, on, off that I really would like to break. So it's not good for you, and that's what causes the slow metabolism and all that stuff. Anyway, enough of that. The other thing I've been doing is getting involved in watching many space sort of channels. News Nation, Ross Coulthart, for one, very brave man. David Grush, into any interview with people like him, very, very brave people. And I'm kind of a member of Dobsonian Power and just love Tiago. He's got his telescope and he is so funny. He's such a funny guy, and I love his live streams. They're just raucous and funny, and at the same time informative, and he's very passionate, and that's what I like about him. And the other one I'm a member of is Ray's Astrophotography, because he's just a great guy. He's just really, really nice, and he's got a telescope that he's got in Texas, and I watch him quite a lot. So I've been watching all this stuff, but only sensible things. I won't watch the, you know, ridiculous stuff, making ridiculous claims. Oh, and Avi Loeb, of course, the one who started off kickstarted all that interest in 3i Atlas. And he has his own channel now. He's had many fake channels talking rubbish. Now he's got his own. But it is very high level of education involved in watching his videos. You know, he doesn't pitch it to dummies. It's just, let's just say. So some of it a bit above my head. But yeah. So that's what I've been doing with my days, and making tutorials, of which I've done quite a bit. You might have seen my blankets, and you might have seen my bags that have been popping up. Things like that. Squares, I mean, really. That's what I've been doing mostly. Stitch tutorials. So yeah, been very busy making tutorials. And trying to do all the things that you have to do in life apart from work. It doesn't really, it's not easy, juggling act. So yeah, be interested to see what you guys have been doing. What have you been crocheting, and what have you been up to? Have you got any holidays coming up, or have you booked any? Gary and I are going to Scandinavia in the spring, but we're only going to Denmark and Sweden, a couple of places in either, on a ship. So that's going to be fun. And then in the, June, we're going to Cornwall. We're going to go to Tintagel. We're hoping for good weather. So we're going to stay in Tintagel Castle. So that's going to be well cool. And also another place near Tintagel. And want to see the statue of the king, or the knight as they call it. Can't remember what it's called now. It's a funny name. Cheers, guys. It's called the Camelot Castle, something like that. It's amazing. Rid of moustache. And then Christmas time, we have Christmas markets trip, which is another thing we're looking forward to. So yeah, lots of stuff ahead, which is fun, but not yet. It's just now. We just got to dodge the raindrops. That's what we've got to do. Dodge the raindrops. Which there are aplenty, sadly. Fluffy's out. I bet she's annoyed because it started to rain a little while ago, but she's nowhere to be seen, so she's sheltering somewhere. Bless her. So yeah, I'm drinking biscuit tea. I've been having normal biscuit tea, the caramelized biscuit tea, which I didn't much like at first, but I love it now. Been having that, and I have 1 cup of coffee a day now because of its help with digestion. That's the only reason. I don't dislike it. We bought a new one, and it's that Lore, L'_OR, and we've bought that, and the one that we've got is very nice. So I just have 1 glass. Well, it is a glass cup, but that's all I'll have, because if I drink too much coffee, then I get to the sort of, I don't know, I think drinking too much coffee makes you go off tea, because you get too used to the strong flavour, and I don't want to go buying decaf, and I don't want to have too much caffeine. So one day is fine. Helps with digestion, I think. So that's good. And I've kind of been on this diet a little while now, so need to start changing it up a bit. And by that, I mean like introducing nuts first, and gradually increasing sort of the repertoire of foods, if you like, but nuts first. I know, I'm nuts enough. Nuts enough. I did a live stream the other day. I don't get to do many. I used to do them all the time. I was like a live stream queen back in the day. But I hardly do them now, and I mostly do them in the afternoon. But this was an early evening, the last one I did. And yeah, I will do more. I know every single time that I do one, I say, that's it, I'm going to do more. And then I'm shocked when I do the next one how much time has gone by, because I thought I had only recently done one, and when I kind of checked, the last one seemed to be like in between this. So I was like, well, really, is that the last one? But yeah, we'll do more because it's fun and I enjoy it. And I showed the Picasso yarn on my last live stream because I just got it that day and was very excited about it. So I love the purple one, the purple shades. Really, really, really wish that I'd brought more of that because I didn't get much. The reason being, other shades don't tend to do as well in my shop. And, you know, in the past I've bought them and then, you know, they don't go anywhere near as quick. So I'm a bit reluctant to just plump it for the other shades. But that one was so nice. I really wish I'd got more, because I did it, in fact, get that for me. I thought, you know, I'll buy this, I'll have it. If it's good, I'll get it next time, sort of thing. But the trouble with them is, you know, it doesn't last long. The one that I've got is out of stock already, guys. You can't get it. It's out of stock already. The only place you can get it is through outlets like mine. Amazing, really. Just wish they would get more in, especially the rainbow colours or some of the other beautiful rainbow colours they've done in the past. Crazy. Just crazy. So yeah, whipping my WIP, my current project. It's coming along. So yeah, I started filming the tutorial, but you know when you say, oh, now just do X length and I'll come back to you. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing the X length, X amount of rows, to be conformed. So yeah, no idea. I need more tea. Cheers, my dears. Back to the Future cup. Got it for Christmas. It's like a bucket. I get to have a bucket of tea. I also brought in a soft drink. You can just about see it there, just in case I needed a drink. But trouble with these big ones is that quite often it will go cold before I finished it, because especially when you're talking, you know, you can't just do that and nothing else. Hang on, going in for more. Because otherwise it'll be cold. Bear with me a second. What are you doing? Oh, I had a message on my phone. But it was just spam. I've been getting a lot of that on my phone lately. It's been very annoying. And my phone has this thing where I can report it and delete. And then the voicemail they leave, I can sort of get the number and say block this number. But for some reason, it's not blocking that number and I keep getting it back again. And at one point, they were changing the number all the time. And I blocked every one of them. But one of them's still coming through every day. Same message. Hi, it's Nadine. I'm from this energy service. It's like, ugh. get the message, I don't want you. But I don't even think it's someone called Nadine. I think it's a AI. Because it's always the same message. Unless she just, you know, presses a button and it gives me the message. She goes on to the next call. It's just very annoying. Although, I always used to moan about the modern way that we have to make calls. You know, press 1 for this. And listen to a whole menu, then you've got to listen to the menu again, and then you've got to listen to another menu, and then you've got to listen to another menu, and then you finally, you're lost. And you're not going to get through to anyone because you probably pressed the wrong number at some point because they all sound similar. So you know the thing I mean. And I always used to say, why can't we just ring and get the engaged tone? That was so much better. You didn't waste your life sitting in a queue. Well, the other day I had to phone somebody and I got the engaged tone every time I rang, and it was like, oh, where's the queue? So, oh, maybe I won't moan about the queue ever again, because you just keep ring, the same story. Engaged. Just annoying. Can't win really, can you? I don't know whether just employ more people to answer the phones. That would be the answer. Don't just have a few and a queue. That's, you know, far too sensible an idea. Sorry about that. No, cost too much. People cost too much. But they make a fortune out of us. So they should employ more people. And not ones in other countries either. That's annoying. You know, when you phone and you get through to darkest, far-flung foreign climes who don't really speak the language, and they read it off a script because, you know, reminds me of that iRobot. My responses are limited. That's exactly what it is. They have their responses are limited because they don't understand what you're saying, and they've got to wait for it to say, respond with this. Oh, don't get me started. Yeah, annoying. I believe that any company that operates in a country, their customer service needs to be and should lawfully be in the country where they are selling it. So even if it's a big company, say like Apple, for instance. Now, they should, if they sell products in this country and there's a tech help, then that tech help should go through somewhere on this country. They should employ people who can help you in this country. As well as if they sell in New Zealand, that tech help should go through to someone in New Zealand. Or if they sell in France, it should go through to someone in France. Not someone in, I'm not saying they do, but not somebody in maybe India. You know, that's wrong to me. I feel like if they operate in that country, they should provide the service in that country for that country. And that's, you know, government should stop it. So I don't think it's right at all. I had an awful time with EDF. I ended up costing thousands, never got it back, and we just left them in the end, went to another company who, straight away the payments were normal. But all the time with EDF, they were, well, thousands. Just ridiculous. And maybe got a refund of about £100, but that was it. Just disgusting. Disgusting company. And every time I tried to sort it out, I would get through to someone, explain what it was about, and they'd cut me off because they couldn't understand or deal with that problem. So they would just disconnect the line. And it couldn't have been that I was cut off every time. Just no. And then other times, the lines are busy. We can deal with this through WhatsApp. So you get on a WhatsApp message with somebody and you go through the whole thing of what the problem is, and you get a few responses. And by the time it was, you know, you've got to go to bed, it's late at night, then the next morning you'd wake up and they'd say, due to the fact that you have not responded, we have closed this claim or this complaint. And you think, I didn't respond because I was asleep. Should I stay awake all night then? It's ridiculous. So, yeah, I had an awful time with them. Absolutely terrible. So, how long are we getting? We are getting quite long. Yeah. A bit longer yet. I want this a long, long one. Long. Oh, went blurry. Eyes have gone blurry. See, it isn't right. Put right all the wrongs in the world by doing things like that. So, what I ought to make next? I'm kind of in two minds about my next project. The bag was a big one. I want another big one. I did a picnic blanket last year that was a crochet along. Not so sure that I want to do another crochet along because I feel like people are really involved in it and then after a while they drop off. And yeah, so I'm not really invested in that unless people really, really want one. So I'd like to know, really. And I don't know what my next project will be. But my heart bag was a big project, really, because it took a while. That's what I mean. Getting a bit fed up with this already. It's too the same. So, hang on. Crazy. Yep, that's enough. Done enough there. Whew, it's hot in here now. I was freezing earlier. I turned all the heating off in the house and didn't want to sort of waste energy. I thought it was quite a warm day, so I turned it off because yesterday was warm. The day before was warm. Then all of a sudden I thought, why am I so cold? So I went around turning them all back on again. They're just getting too hot again now. There's no happy medium. Either too hot or too cold. But I think the direction of the wind is different today because it is cold. In the house, a little bit colder. Not now. It's quite toasty now, but the other day didn't need the heating on at all. Just depends what way the wind blows, I think. Party. I like it. That's the right way. Yeah, so maybe you can give me some suggestions of things I can make next. I'm a bit ahead on my squares. That's another thing. I want to do something after the squares, and I think I did do a poll. I have to check that out. As to whether I should carry on do another year of granny squares or do it as motifs and shapes, so that incorporates squares and every shape you can imagine, or do a year of hexagons. So that's another little question. I think I'd like it to still encompass squares, or anyway I could just do a square if I found one I liked, but I really want to do something because it has made me get on with my tutorials, you know, because I have to do something. It keeps my creativity going, and then I do want to do more besides. So yeah, I definitely want to do one or the other. So maybe you can have some input. I will check out what the poll said. That's if it worked, because I was having trouble with my computer that day. I have at the moment, there's one particular subscriber, Tracy, that sometimes when I reply to her comments, it doesn't show up. And so I reply again and I look, and everybody else's replies are there, but hers are not. And I just think, why? Why is it just singling Tracy out and not allowing me to put my reply there? Oh, didn't finish that one first. Yes, I did. What happened there? My chain didn't work. It's a funny old world of YouTube, really. Why would it do that? So I think I want to finish on this row. So I want to check out my length of it. It's going to be a bit awkward sitting down, I think. Obviously it's a scarf. No, still got a way to go. Oh, messed up my hair. So fluffy today, like softy, fluffy. Only washed it yesterday, so it's a fluffy. A fluffy doesn't make any sense. Never mind. Hang on. Well, yeah, we'll do some more lives as well. Quite got some new sort of equipment, and I found it easier to set it all up, which is good. So yeah, I'll definitely do that. And do you prefer live streams where it's structured? Do you prefer, you know, like where someone's got some yarn to show? I mean, I've seen all sorts, you know, where it's just an informal chat. Mine have always been a chat. Used to be a bit of a raucous chat, but they're more calmer these days. But yeah, where they're just a chat where everybody's involved, including me. Or would you like a bit of structure where there's some stuff to look at, some yarn to show, maybe some hooks or something, things to actually see. Some people play games, don't they, and that sort of thing. What kind of live streaming do you like to get the most? Whether it's just you know, an informal buddy kind of chat, bit of everything, apart from the games, bit of showing and stuff when you've got something. I don't know, you need to steer me where you think the best one is, the best one that you like to be participating in the most. I want to stop now, but enough for today. It's because it's the same, you know, monotonous. I know that mostly when you do a blanket, that's the case. And this one is a very good stitch pattern for sitting in front of the TV. So it was one of my mum's favourites. My mum had several favourites that she did all the time, and those are the ones I'm bringing out at the moment, kind of revisiting some of mum's favourite stitches and stuff. So it's a kind of an homage to mama. So yeah, it is one where she used to just sit for hours watching telly and rattle off a shawl or something. Anyway, I'm going to get off and have a break from it and go and get some lunch. And then I'll get on with my work. And I will see you guys. Where are we? Yeah, I have got a top of my head, see? I will see you guys on the next one. So take care. Don't forget, let me know what you think. About what you like to see on a live stream. Sorry, I've got an itchy eye. What you like to see on live streams. What you think my next project could be. And what you think of my idea of another year of granny squares and a year of hexagons, or a year of just shapes, motifs and squares. Yeah. What should I do? What do you think? So anyway, I'll be off. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you can like, share and hype these videos, really does help my channel. Thanks for watching and crocheting along with me, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now, guys.